Hey guys, welcome to Advanced Chemistry. What I want to do today is just to walk you through the expectations of the class, the format of the class, and also how to navigate and find things on Google Classroom. So you have posted in the email that you received the course syllabus. I'll let you read through this on your own. I think you can handle that. You can notice the grading procedure, the test, and if we get to do a formal lab report this year, hopefully we'll get to that point. That will constitute 70% of your grade. And then basically anything else will be the other 30%. So whether it be labs, homework, classwork, case studies, whatever it might be. You can read through the honor code, the student expectations. I think you can all handle that. Also in the email, you have the safety contract. So be sure and read this, understand the rules that you must obey in lab. I do not need you to sign this and bring it back. I do, however, need your parents to fill out the Google form attached to the email. One parent per child is sufficient. And if you don't have this turned back in, the Google form turned back in by the time the first day of school rolls around, you won't get to do the lab that we'll do on the first day. So try to go ahead and get that done today or in the next few days. So when you join Google Classroom, you'll see something similar to this. I realize my view is slightly different than the student view, but it should be very similar. So in the stream on the first page each week, I will try to only make one post per week in the stream, and it will just outline what we're going to do each day. So if you look at the first one, this will be for the first Thursday and Friday, the 20th and 21st, the in-class students, and it tells what we're going to do, and then the online students. Okay, so just be aware of if you have a friend in the class, you won't be doing the same thing every day depending on your last name. So just be sure each week, I will try to post this on Friday night. You read through, see what's going on that week. Go ahead and make yourself a schedule of what you need to do and when you need to get it done. For this week, I went ahead and attached some documents to the post I made, and I embedded a video link. So for the first few weeks, I'll try and do that. But hopefully we'll get to a point where I won't post any of that here, and I'll just tell you what to do, and you can navigate Google Classroom and find what you need. So if you go over to the classwork tab, we'll divide into chapters. So some of this might be hidden from your view currently, but you'll be able to see it soon enough. So when we get ready to start chapter 1, for example, okay, because you're taking the class in person, I will give you a printed version of the notes we're going to start off with. So you'll see it, some notes. There's also some practice problems. Your study guides will be posted in here as well. But if you happen to lose that somewhere along the way, you can always go back and print off another copy on Google Classroom. Or if you prefer to take your notes in the digital format, you can always download the PDF, open it as a Google Doc, and type directly in there. So it'll be posted for every chapter. And also for every chapter, you'll have a to-do list. Okay, so for the chapter, it'll have the major chapter objectives at the top. It'll have a blank for the assessments that we're going to do for that chapter, and you can fill in as I let you know what the dates for those assessments are. It tells you the approximate number of school days that we'll spend on this, and it also goes through and gives you the due dates for the assignments. So the to-do list is in order. So let's just say for any given week, I might tell you that on your day home, so whatever your e-learning day is that week or on a Wednesday, you might need to get to-do item number 1 and number 2 completed. So you'll go to your to-do list, see number 1 is to view video 1.1 and take notes. So the YouTube link will be there. You click on it, you go find the video. So you can obviously watch this multiple times. You can rewind it, you can fast forward it. I know that I talk pretty slow, so if you want to put me on 1.25 speed, that's perfectly okay. Or if you want to slow me down to 0.5 speed, that's also okay. But just be aware that just because a video is only 10 minutes long, and that's your only assignment for the day, that doesn't mean it should only take you 10 minutes. So a lot of these videos would normally be 45-minute lectures in class, but I condensed it down to a very, very short time. So what that means that I did is all the time that I would normally give you to work problems on your own are cut out of the video. So a lot of times in the video, I'll tell you, pause the video, try this on your own. So just because it's only a short time does not mean that you should only plan on it taking that amount of time. So don't be afraid to pause it, do what you need to do, and rewind it. If we go back to the to-do list, you'll see there are also some things that'll be given in class. So things that I won't post on here, but I'll hand out to you in class. And again, you won't do it the same day as your friend does necessarily, but you will all get it done eventually. So for this particular chapter, you'll have an in-class little lab exercise and also a case study that we'll do and discuss in class. So those due dates I would give you during class when I hand those out. A lot of these assignments you see, there are due dates beside. That does not necessarily mean that somebody came in the room, I had to pause it. It does not mean that I will necessarily take it up that day. Okay, that means you should have it done by that day. Not everything you do, you will get a grade for. Okay, you'll find that a lot of the stuff you do will be for your own practice. I will post an answer key and you will self-grade it. So please don't take that to mean you don't have to do it. If you don't do it, you probably won't do well on the test when the time comes. Okay, so also in the folder in Google Classroom, for every chapter, you'll see something called the one-page summary submission link. So we'll talk about this more in class, but basically for every chapter, you'll have a notes packet. Okay, a big long list of 12 pages. But before the test, I want you to condense your notes down to one page. So think about this as if you could have a one-page cheat sheet on the test, what would you want to be on there? Okay, so you won't get to use this on the test. Maybe once or twice throughout the year, but for the most part, you won't get to. But this is a way for you to summarize and condense your thoughts down into the most important topics of the chapter, so you can submit either a Google Doc or a picture of that here. And typically, if I ask you to submit a picture, it's best for me and you if you upload the picture to a computer, put it inside a Google Doc, and then submit it. It's easier for me to give you feedback and easier for you to see that feedback there. Okay, so the majority of assessments will be in class, but if we do get to a point where we have to do online assessments, the assessments will come to you directly in your email. They will not be posted on Classroom. You'll get a link that is just for you in your email. When you open that up, the timer will start counting down. But we'll talk about that more if we do get to a point where we have to do virtual school or do online assessments for some reason. So that's just about it for the class introduction, how to navigate Classroom. For the most part, things will be pretty straightforward in that aspect. I wanted to go ahead and get through this today so we can spend more time in class, having discussion, doing more hands-on activities. Since I only get to see you 2 days a week, I want to maximize the time we have together. And I'll go ahead and a lot of things like this that really don't matter if you're looking at me or if you're looking at your computer screen, we'll try to get those done on the days off. So whether it be Monday, whatever day you're at home, or the Wednesdays. Okay, so I look forward to meeting you all in the coming days. Please make sure you sign up for Google Classroom. The link is in the email or it's right here as well. And please make sure your parents fill out the Google form of the lab safety contract so you're able to participate in labs in the coming weeks. So when you get to class, whether that be Thursday or Friday, like I said, I'll have a lot of papers for you, hard copies to hand out. So don't worry about printing anything yet at home. You'll get everything you need when you get to school on Thursday and Friday. Hope you enjoy the last few days of your summer break.